Welcome, Street Rats, to Night City. I'm the one and only Moxie 11, bringing you slightly biased news footage from the fourth wall. When we last saw our crew, I was unconscious and brought to the back of Jackal's lantern, while Wraith made a chaotic attempt to rescue me, getting himself and Grim tased in the process, leaving Checkers and Deeps in the dark as to what has happened and what to do next. Our duo grabs the weapons from the car, having borrowed a bike, return to the lantern, putting the bike back while getting information from one of the patrons exiting the club. They're told some tune tried to set the bar on fire before they were taken out by security. A few options are presented between the two, but it becomes clear they need help, so Deep texts Rex to see if he can meet up, returning to my car and making their way to the hovel. At the bar, Rex is waiting in a booth, turning on the white noise generator before they get down to business. But not before Deeps orders drinks. Because, you know, it's always time for a drink, it's not like lives are at risk. Rex is able to give them more information, since he knows about Dracul when the man in question was part of the Philharmonic Vampires, and Rex was a member of the Valentinos. He warns them that Dracul is a very bad person who used to play with people, chipping them, and that once chipped there's really no going back. When Deeps presses that there has to be a way, Rex says there's a guy named Rory who might know. When asked whether they can get more information about the club, Rex tells them they're better to leave it alone, but if they want to pursue it, he can get some people. They'll have to pay. And then he gives them Swag's contact deets as a man in the know about the club scene. Before they leave, Rex adds that he owes Wraith and I, and he'll help as much as he can. At Ascanity, they make their way into the back room, meeting with Swag, and while Deeps wastes time at first talking about Swag's setup, they eventually get down to business, asking about the Jackal's lantern, saying I was looking into things there. Swag yells that he told that bitch no, and gives them whatever information he has. No, in the end, both Checkers and Deeps agree and audition to be in his next film, as payment for the information. All that gathered, they decide to sleep and work on a plan in the morning. The next day we're brought to the underbelly of the lantern, where I wake with a missing cyber hand, having gained new cyberware in its place and a severe lack of humanity. I'm inside a barred cage that's more akin to a kennel. A dog ball sits in the corner, which I spend time slamming against the bars until I push it through, tossing it down the hall, earning choice words from the man in the kennel to my left. Wraith. And getting the attention of a guard. A guard with little care for us, apart from our survival for whatever show he says is happening tonight, and checking in on the third cage on the other side of Wraith, where an injured Grim rouses. Noticing my missing bowl, the guard moves to give me more kibble, which I promptly toss out of the cage. To show dominance, he begins to pour kibble over my body, allowing me to grab and slam him against the bars. Sadly, I can't hold on and soon earn a few hits from a stun baton before grabbing it from him and pulling it into the cage with me. I had hoped to use it against him. When he gets Jenny to fix our cyberware, I'm thrown, with little time to think of what to do next. Never having met her, I call her by the nickname Kenna used, hoping it will be enough for her to know who I am, and that she is still in control unlike Kaze. She tells the guard there's nothing she can do with our cybernetics. We must have been close to the edge already, and mouse for me to trust her. Still recovering from the drugs, I do so for a moment before tensing. That moment is all she needs to hit me with hypo, knocking me out once more. When the three of us wake, we're in a new room. Wraith and Grim are in a cage, while I stand outside, feet bound, someone holding me tightly with a gun pressed to my temple. Dracul speaks to some crowd before addressing us. In the cage with the men is a gun. One of them must kill the other, or all be killed instead. He promises whomever does the killing will be set free. We have his word. I know he doesn't say we'll be set free immediately, or alive, or intact. To watch the story unfold live, tune into Saves First Death every Saturday at 10 PM Eastern at twitch.tv/SavesFirstDeath. If you can't watch live, be sure to subscribe to the Saves First Death channel on YouTube, so you can watch it as soon as the recording is released. Or you can download it as a podcast. Stay safe, Cyberpunks. This has been your Night City Recap with Moxie 11.